You got to find something that you enjoy, or else you're just going to find a way to leave it.
That's the thing with CrossFit, and this is not jumping out of topic, but
no,
it's had so much success because of the sense of community. And when people show up, it's like you're high-fiving someone, you're doing things that you've never done, or there's these movements, and they're jerking weight overhead, and suddenly it's this feeling of like empowerment. The problem that I have is just a lot of the blocks are not set up with any thought process, and someone might be coming in and doing all pressing and no pulling, and there's no balance in their program, or they might be going overhead with weight where they can't externally rotate their arm and get their arm vertical. So what are they doing? They got to arch their back to get weight overhead, and then they're causing injury. So the problem I have is when there's someone's having a lot of fun training, but there's no actual thought process to the program or to the individual, then I think that's, as a coach that does that they should be banned from this industry of professional coaches. That is just doing the client an injustice, because it's not their job to know. Right,
but I would. It is their job to know, though. You have to be actively involved in what you're doing. You can't like. I mean, I understand that.
Mrs. Smith shows up to a CrossFit gym because a friend of hers told her that she's lost 15 pounds doing it, and she loves the instructor, and she goes in and she's suddenly at the mercy of the instructor.
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, the client is just. I mean, they've got to get educated on it. They normally do when they get hurt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but my point was just that Mrs. Smith shows up, but like if she's gonna blindly walk into that, then I mean, it's
almost on her a little bit, and I get it, but
it's on both of them. I mean, but there's bad coaches, just like there's bad mechanics, just like there's bad teachers, like there's bad everything. But like, my thing is this: I've never taken a CrossFit class.
I've had a CrossFit instructor come in, and take me through their specific ropes and how they program, and I was actually really impressed with how they did it, and it didn't even seem like it's cross training. It's not.
That's exactly. Well, bullshit. You're right. I did go to Murderer Crows once, but same thing. We went through movements. I didn't do a class. I didn't go through anything, but it was really, we talked about progressions, because this was my thing to them. Was a lot of people, it was at a time where people were saying, oh, CrossFit gets you hurt. Well, anything can get you hurt, but my thing was, how do you prevent people from coming in off the street and getting injured? And they did have a very good way to do it.
Progression or a specific assessment.
Yeah.
Listen, I think a lot of classes are fluffy, but people, listen, they're timed out, they're high energy, you know what you're getting, you know you're going to be in and out of there in, say, 45 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever it is. And again, people are getting a sweat, and they think that's how they relate success. So not knocking at every class out there. It's like yoga. Do I like yoga? I'm like, depends. Do I like restaurants?
Yeah.
They're good restaurants and they're bad restaurants.
Right.
Do I like personal trainers? They're good trainers, they're bad trainers. It's the same. Do I like yoga? There's good yoga instructors and they're bad yoga instructors. And I think that's how we have to start answering these questions. It's not about, CrossFit. Like, it's just packaging.
Yeah, and it's tough because competition's stiff in a lot of places. Like, there's a lot of it, and you don't know, as you said, you may just go on Yelp or something and take that review as somebody you don't know is telling you it's a great place to show up, and you don't know if they're actually teaching you the fundamentals, or they're actually building a foundation for you, or they're just setting you up to wrench your back, and then you're going to be hunched over for the next 5 months or something. So I get what you're saying too, where there has to be, but I don't know how do you police that?
It's just, a lot of it comes down to social media. A lot of it comes down to content. I mean, unfortunately, we're in the social media era where everything is it's so accessible from our cell phones. And just because something looks cool doesn't mean, like, I follow guys on social media. They're posting exercises, and I look at it sometimes and I laugh. I'm like, yeah, that looks really cool, but it's absolutely terrible, because there's so much going on in there, and the average person couldn't perform something that complex.
Yeah.
They're better off. Like, someone was asking me about a burpee the other day. Let me give you a perfect example. We're going to bring up burpees. If you ask me what's one of my most hated exercises for the general public, it's a burpee. The answer is why? The answer to the question why? Because 99% of the people I've ever seen do a burpee can't do it correctly, because they can't do a plank correctly. And they're going into lumbar extension, and they're getting so tired from the jumping and dropping into the squat position, and their back's bad to begin with, their hips bad to begin with, that they're just coming out of position. Now, that doesn't mean everyone, and I know you know how to do a burpee, but the point of my rant here is that
no.
But the point of my rant is, why not just have them perform a plank really strict, to really gain the benefits of creating tension in the body, which is going to make their core more strong, and then get them on an Airdyne bike and blast them for 10 seconds as hard as they can. They'll be more tired. They're not going to be able to fake it. They're probably going to burn a lot more fat calories because there's going to be more attention put into detail.
Right.
But the burpee to me, it's just a very fluffy movement. So people go out there and they do these fluffy movements like split stance lunges into push-ups. And I'm like, dude, you can't pull 135 pounds off the floor. You're a 200-pound guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what's the importance of that? I know for a fact that by him getting that deadlift stronger or getting that squat stronger, they're going to build more muscle.
Right.
And their body's going to turn more into granite. And they're going to get more of that look that this person's looking for, male or female.